Hi everyone, Ron Crider reporting for duty today. It's another great day. It's a Friday. I have the numbers for you. Pretty good numbers today. They're not great numbers, but they're better than they were yesterday. It's October the 30th, my day 227. I'm reporting the numbers from Vero Beach, Florida, from my condo at the Victoria Condominium here at Indian River Shores. Okay, a couple of interesting numbers first. 4 days until Election Day, 56 days until Christmas, 62 days left in this year. My 24th day of 43 days of radiation. I'm doing pretty good. I'm more than halfway there, doing just fine. Staying awake as well, too. Don't forget, we changed times this Sunday in all of the time zones all over the United States, with the exception of, I think, Phoenix is the one that doesn't change. They remain the same all the time. You always know what time it is in Phoenix, or you never know what time it is, one or the other. So that will be Saturday night, Sunday morning. I have the numbers for you here. I'm going to put them up. It's a little bit different today because the dashboard's changed once again. You don't mind if I put my glasses on for this? I want green on the screen, so I wore a green shirt, okay? There we go. All right, so 70 deaths reported in the past 24 hours. That's reported. Doesn't mean it happened in the past 24 hours, but they were reported in the past 24 hours. That's 12 better than yesterday. Yesterday it was 82. Now, we don't have positivity reports today for the actual positive numbers, but what I am going to give you is the positivity rate. That's testings versus the number of positives, and that number is 4.89. That number is always supposed to be under 5% to consider that we are under control. Anything over 5% means that the state or whatever I'm reporting on is not as under control as it should be. Under 5% is okay, the less the better, but anything over 5% is not so good. So there you go. The entire state of Florida was 4.89. It was over 5% yesterday. Now, let me tell you about the 7-day moving averages. Once again, green, 53.86. What does that mean? It means that approximately 53 people passed away with it in the past 24 hours each day for the past 7 days. What the 7-day moving average is. So if you look up here on the screen, you're going to see numbers all over the place, and pretty much all of them are going to be green. It's going to look a little bit different than it did yesterday because I don't have the positivity rates to report. And I can say again, it's sort of like the beat goes on. Why does the beat go on? Well, I don't know. We got to get through this election. And who knows what's going to happen next week? I mean, at Tuesday night, are we going to know who the new president is going to be? Is it going to be the same president? Or is it going to be, well, we really don't know because we can't count the votes. Who knows? So it ought to be a lot of drama. Television is going to be horribly bad this weekend because both of the candidates are going to be beating each other up along with all the rest of the people that are doing the same thing. So watch Hallmark. They get the Christmas channels going again on Hallmark. That's a good thing. Remember, I don't put commercials here. You see commercials, they're put there by YouTube. You can hit the skip button and move ahead and move past the commercials, but I don't put them there. Don't forget about that school zone over here at Beachland Boulevard at the Beachland Elementary School. They're pulling people over right and left every day. It's 20 miles an hour when you go through there. It's sometime between 8 and 9 o'clock in the morning when I go through there. Today, there was no school zone lights on, so presumably there was no school today over there. But they mean business here in Florida with these school zones at 20 miles per hour. There are some places where it's 15. But trust me, on Beachland Boulevard, I've been going over to the hospital every day. I go through that school zone, and I see the police cars are there pulling people over right and left. And I'm talking about going like 22 miles an hour, 23 miles an hour. No leeway here. 20 miles an hour or you get a ticket. Okay, Florida has seen an increase in newly confirmed cases this month. Thursday is the third consecutive day state cases increased by 4,000 more. The 77 deaths is the most since September when the same number was reported. The state's percent positive for new daily cases, people who tested positive for the first time, decreased Thursday to 4.89 from Wednesday's 5.43, according to the state of Florida's health department. So those are the numbers I'm telling you about, and today that number was 4.43. Well, you can see it on your screen easier than I can because I took my glasses off. But anyway, it's 4 point something or other, and that's good for the entire state of Florida. Testing on day-to-day basis also saw some increases from 75,067 to 85,630. So we talk about this all the time. Yes, if you test more, you're going to have more positive cases. Just no question about it. Emergency room doctors say that this is a critical time with South Florida on the brink of a second surge of COVID-19. It's COVID-19 deja vu, with lines getting longer and longer at testing sites and concern for school faculty. Now, what are they saying? Well, look at these huge testing lines. Well, that's okay. I don't understand why they're saying we should test less. I think we need to be testing more. At least we know what's going on, for heaven's sakes. So the doctor says here, he says, I think we're on the cusp of a second surge, said Dr. Randy Katz, chairman of emergency medicine at Memorial Regional Hospital down in Miami. So I don't want to scare you. This is not to scare you. Everybody has their own opinion of what's going on. And I say every day, nothing has changed. You can stick it up here. Nothing's changed. We don't have a vaccine. We don't have a cure for this thing. And anything can happen. It's not magically going to go away until we get the vaccine and people get the shots, and that's not going to happen for a while. Let me tell you what's going on in El Paso, Texas, is going to impose a second lockdown as local hospitals have reached capacity. That's out in El Paso, Texas. France and Germany, same situation going on. England, same situation going on over there. It's probably because of the flu and all that sort of thing. Now, the earliest doses of COVID-19 vaccine will likely roll out for the first responders in late December, but we will be stuck with mask wearing, social distancing, and tough restrictions on businesses, theaters, and arenas through the next year, Dr. Fauci said, and he warned that on Thursday. I can foresee that even with a really good vaccine, that mask wearing will continue well into the third and fourth quarter of 2021. Fauci said that on a most recent interview. And I have to tell you, all sorts of people talk about Fauci. You know, one day he and the president are buddies, and the president is saying he doesn't know what he's talking about. And then that seems to go along with what a lot of people say. Well, we like Fauci, we don't. Let me tell you what, the guy's 80 years old, and he's pretty smart. And I think he's been around for a long time doing this, and he's been doing this same thing for pretty much all of his life. And he has a really good feel for it. Bottom line is, he's probably right. We're going to be living with this through most of next year until that vaccine shows up. And we get it, we're talking about 330 million people live in this country, for heaven's sakes. So it's a big deal. Please, please, please don't forget to push the like button. It just came to my mind. Yeah, got to do that. Please push the like button. I'd appreciate that. And don't forget to wear your mask and distance space. Let me give you quickly the weather forecast for the Treasure Coast today. Partly cloudy, high 79 degrees, winds north-northeast 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chance of rain today is about 10%. You notice it was much cooler this morning. Oh, yeah, it was a lot cooler this morning. It was like 72 degrees in my car when I got in this morning to go over to the hospital. And then tonight, a few passing clouds, low 71. Winds northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. The chance of rain tonight is about 10%. And then tomorrow for our Halloween party, 20% chance of rain, intervals of clouds and sunshine. Slight chance of rain showers, high 82 degrees. Winds east-northeast 10 to 15 miles per hour. Alrighty, folks, there you go. That's my little report for the beginning of this. The numbers are coming up. Let's jump right into the numbers. I got a couple of things. I got a few shout-outs here at the end. Back in just a moment. Alrighty, folks, here we are in the numbers department for Friday. This is October the 30th. It's going to be a little bit different today because things keep changing with the dashboard for the state of Florida, and therefore it affects the world-o-meter. So let's take a look at what we have, and I'll tell you what we're going to do. First, let me tell you about the deaths. We have green on the screen here because yesterday we had 82. Today we have 70. That's an improvement of 12 over yesterday. So when I say that's a good number, there is never a good number for any of these numbers because they're all bad numbers because they're deaths and all this kind of stuff. So please understand when I say that's a good number, it means it's a better number than it was yesterday, okay? 82 yesterday, 70 today. better by 12. Now, the state of Florida, somebody has established the fact that if your testings versus positives are under 5%, you are deemed to be under control with COVID-19. So yesterday, Florida's positivity testing rate was 4.89. So that's supposed to be a good thing. So they get a green star for that, so to speak. So there's green on the screen for that. Now let's move down here to Dade County. So in Dade County, I can tell you that there were 9 deaths in the past 24 hours reported. I can't tell you how many new positives there were, but I can tell you their percentage rate is 5.03. That means it's a little over 5%. That's not a good thing. It should be under 5%. So from now on, we're going to be looking at these percentages unless they make another change. Brevard County, no new deaths to report. That's really good. That's a good number. However, their testings versus positives is 5.55%. That's going to be in the red because it has to be under 5% to be under control. Palm Beach County, 6 new deaths to report. That number is 5.76. As I keep saying, it should be under 5. Okay, here we are in Orange County. Orange County, no new deaths to report, and check this number out. They got a green star for this one, 3.79. That means that they're fairly well under control up there in Orange County. That's Orlando. We're happy to hear that. That's where the theme parks are. That's where all the action is. Somehow or other, they have it under control quite well up there with 3.79. Very low number. All right, Brevard County, this is a huge number. Look at what's going on in Melbourne. 12.87. They had 5 deaths reported in the past 24 hours, but 12.87 is their positivity rate for Brevard County for Melbourne. That's very bad. Not good at all. So they're not under control. They're out of control up there. St. Lucie County, 1 new death to report. The positivity rate is 6.37. Martin County, no new deaths to report. Positivity rate 5.23%. And Indian River, that's the county we're in, no new deaths to report. Our positivity rate, though, is 7.22. This is a positivity rate for the last 24 hours, okay? So that's not good. We don't like that number, so we're really not under control here. Now, if we take a look, I can tell you the positive numbers for zip code 32960 is 8. Positivity rate for zip code 32963 was 3. That means there are 3 new positives reported. In zip code 32967, there were 5 new positives reported. Then we go down here to the 7-day moving averages. These are the 7-day moving averages for the deaths reported in the past 24 hours. That's 53.86. Yesterday, it was 54.71, and that's the first time we've been in the 50s for a long time. That's a very good number for what it is. Once again, what it is, though, is that 53 people have passed away each day for the past 7 days, approximately 53 people. And these are the numbers down here and how we arrived at that. So you can see Friday, Thursday, we had 70, 82, 64, 53 on Tuesday, 19 on Monday, 11 on Sunday, and Saturday had 78. So that's how we got to that number. All right, so there we are. So let's go back and take one more quick look at the state of Florida. 70 new deaths reported the past 24 hours. That's down from 82 yesterday, or an improvement of 12. And our positivity rate for the entire state is 4.89, and that's under the 5%. So that's considered a good thing. Now we're going to go and take a look at the entire United States. These are the deaths that were reported in the past 48 hours for all of our states. And we go through and I list the states that people that watch this video on a regular basis and let me know. I tell you what they are. I always give you the top 10. Texas was in the worst place or the first place with 113 48 hours ago. Florida was in second place with 82. Illinois, third place with 56. Wisconsin, fourth place with 51. Georgia, our neighbor up there, 47 in fifth place. Michigan, 47 in sixth place. Missouri, 46 in seventh place. In North Carolina, eighth place with 38. Pennsylvania in ninth place with 38. And in Indiana, 33 in 10th place. For our friends in Minnetonka, Minnesota, let's go right down here. Take a look at this. They're at 11th place. Look at this with 32, guys. You better come back down here. You better come back to Florida. This is for Dorothy and Wayne. Look at this, 32 up there. That's a big number for you guys. California, though, the most populous state in the United States, had 30 deaths reported in the past 48 hours. but they're in 12th place. They're usually right up there at the top with us. Thank goodness they're beginning to come down. Unfortunately, we're still up there. Massachusetts is in 13th place with 27. New York was in 14th place with 22. Let's go down here a little bit further and take a look at the ones that we're interested in. Colorado in 21st place with 19. Idaho, just for Lizzie, even though Lizzie's coming back, she'll be back today. Maybe she's back. You have 16. No, you're not in Idaho. You're in Iowa. Sorry about that. Let's go down a little bit further and take a look at South Carolina. It was 13 in 26th place. Maryland for Julie in Maryland. She's in 27th place with 12. Iowa, here we go, Lizzie. Iowa, you guys up there had 12. You're in 28th place. We'll go down a bit further. For Jersey, had 10 for Danny up there in New Jersey, and they're in 31st place. Utah is in 32nd place with 10. Wyoming had 10. Look at this. Wyoming popped up. That little teeny tiny state had 10 up there. We'll go down a bit further and go to anything else here. Connecticut, of course, 39. They had 5, number 39th place. New Hampshire is in 40th place with 4. Now we have some people in Alabama watching us. That's 41, and they had 3. Just a teeny bit further down here, Rhode Island for Jay Grutman, 44th place with 3. Kansas for Catholic Radio Network, 2 in 45th place. And then we get down to Maine, didn't report anything, and Vermont did not report anything. Alrighty, folks, so those are the numbers for the United States. Okay, these are the big numbers, what we refer to as the global view. For the entire United States, the cases in the entire United States, 8,955,035. Deaths in the United States in the past 24 hours, 228,808. For the cases, global cases for the entire world would be 45,192,450. And global deaths, 1,183,400. Alrighty, folks, those are the numbers for today. I'll be back with just a couple of little things to say here at the end for Friday. Alrighty, folks, those were the numbers, so you get an idea of where we stand. I got a couple of quick shout-outs. One thing I want to remind you, it's the weekend. Got a little restaurant tip for you. You want a really great steak, and we're talking about the best steak on the Treasure Coast? You're going to have to go down to Fort Pierce to a place called the Brevard Steakhouse. Brevard Steakhouse in Fort Pierce, right downtown Fort Pierce. All the meat comes from the Adam Ranch, locally sourced right there in St. Lucie County, and I've been there a number of times, and it is fabulous. There is not a steakhouse anywhere around here that you're going to get a steak as good as that anywhere here on the Treasure Coast. Brevard Steakhouse in Fort Pierce. Don't forget that. Okay, guys, quick shout-outs today, as I always do, for Marie Arnold and Diana Stark and Lizzie. Hopefully Lizzie's back here. Raymond Carey, Captain Marcia. Always say hi to Captain Marcia. Danny up in New Jersey. Danny's going to be back here fairly soon. Ron and Barb Dumoulin, Jim Peabody, and we're going to skip down here to, we always say hi to Heather Mason Wood. Okay, good. Gail Beeson, Carol, Karol. Barb, Jay, Megan Davis, and don't forget Costas, Donald, Julie. Let's see who else we have here. We have Edith Stokes, Rosemary Biddle, and don't want to forget about a couple of these other people here. Billy Moss, the best real estate guy in town when it comes to the restaurant business. If you're starting a restaurant, have a restaurant, you want to sell, Billy Moss is the guy. You always want to see Billy Moss. Susan Taylor, that's Marcia's friend. And don't forget my best friends, the Ann Haley, Dan Shaw, and George Ed, just terrific people. Jay Parm, wonderful folks. Really appreciate all you guys. Of course, Danny up in Jersey. You guys have been very loyal, and thank you so much for continuing to watch. And, of course, I always have to remember my daughter, Lisa, who said to me yesterday, hey, you got to get in trouble, Lisa. Lisa said to me yesterday, Dad, what's this business about radiation? You didn't tell me anything about that. Well, you see how many she's seen? Like, this is the 23rd day or 24th day. She hasn't seen it for 24 days. Uh-oh, caught there, buddy. Okay, that's okay. I missed a lot of her basketball games, too, so, I can't really complain too much. Thanks, Lisa, for watching. At least you saw it and you knew there was something going on, right? Don't forget to mask up, distance, space. It's easier to wear a mask than a ventilator. Please push the like button if you haven't done so, and I hope you have a very, very blessed Friday. I'm looking forward to seeing you back here on Saturday. I may have my Halloween costume on. We'll see you then. Ron Crider, signing off.